Welcome to the module on tabular and non-tabular data, an introduction to ONDRI data. This is module 1A of the ONDRI NIBS training series. The learning objectives of this module are to be able to define tabular data and non-tabular data, understand differences between the two types of tabular data, and distinguish between the organization of tabular and non-tabular data packages. Tabular data are data contained entirely within a single spreadsheet with a single piece of information per cell. Participants are listed down the rows, and each column represents a variable. Two subtypes of tabular data can be considered. Tabular data can be wide, where participants are listed one time down the rows and participant data points exist for each variable across the columns. Wide tabular datasets are preferred wherever possible and generally the default for ONDRI data. For example, from the clinical platform, demographic data are an example of wide tabular data, since each participant is listed at most once down the rows, and each piece of demographic information about the participant occupies a single cell. Tabular data can also be long, where participants are listed one or many times down the rows because of a repeated factor. Repetition of participants down rows in long tabular data is intentional, as each row is a unique instance in data. Long tabular data formats are used in ONDRI to prevent ragged rows in data files. Participant medical history supplement data is an example of long tabular data, since each participant can have multiple rows of observation, where each row represents a medical condition of a participant. Also, with long tabular data, rows of observations are uniquely identified by more than one column. For example, using this medical history supplement example, the identifying variables are subject and CNDTN number, nominal numbers labeling each individual's medical condition. Whereas tabular data files can be visualized in a tidy table, when individual non-tabular data files are opened, they will look different depending on the file type. Non-tabular data are data that are more easily contained in a file than within a row of entries in a spreadsheet. This could be because the data collected are in a data format that is best represented and visualized in another format, such as resting state functional MRI scans or time series data collected from wearable sensors. Therefore, data are released in data packages that are organized using a folder hierarchy, and each participant can have multiple files. Non-tabular data packages contain coherent or consistent data from the same process. Non-tabular data packages are exactly 3 levels. All necessary and required files exist within a hierarchy of 3 folders. The non-tabular data package structure is organized similarly between data packages, with exceptions allowed based on the nature of the data. Shown here is a list of files that would be found at the level 3 hierarchy in a non-tabular data package for a wearable device called Gene Active. For this data package, there are multiple level 3 folders, each containing data for a different measure collected by the device, such as temperature recorded by the device. In this particular level 3 folder for accelerometry data, each participant has more than one file, which contains accelerometry data for that participant at a specific location, such as the participant's right ankle. There are multiple accelerometer data files per participant in this example, since each device worn by the participant produces its own file, and keeping the data separate allows data users to analyze data of their interest. The file extension is EDF, while other data packages may have different file extensions for their files, such as .txt or .nifty file formats. For more information about ONDRI non-tabular data standards, please see Module 1C. Thank you for watching Module 1A, Tabular versus Non-Tabular Data. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback about the ONDRI NIBS training series, please visit the ONDRI and OBI websites for more information.